In this video, we are going to discuss a very important and common mistake which Amazon sellers do while doing product research, and it is related to interpretation of the revenue of a product or correct estimation of revenue of a product. Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Vasamin. I am CEO of Upscale Valley, a full service Amazon FBA agency. So let's jump onto the topic here. I'm going to make my point by sharing an example here. This is a product candle wick trimmer. And if you see, people are making somewhat decent revenue here, like 23,000, 13, 51, and then 13, then 8,000, then 74,000, then 23,000. So it's like, if you take it as an example, and if you see, okay, it may qualify for whatever criteria you have. Maybe you have criteria that I do need to find at least 5 6 sellers who are earning more than 10,000, or I do need to find a good market depth of maybe more than 200,000 plus, or any of your criteria. So it totally depends upon what's your budget, what's your risk appetite, and all those factors. But whatever number you have, the one thing is you are observing this picture. But then let me show you one thing. If I click on the search volume here, if you see the search volume here, you see there's a baseline which is around the 10,000 search volume. There was a spike, and there has been a good decent spike in the month of November and December. But at this point of time, this is 5th of October. If you see here, the search volume is around 19,000, which is almost double than the baseline search volume. So I'm not talking about a way above example. This is what usually people manage to identify, that for example the search volume is 45,000, but then when they check out the trends, they see, okay, the actual baseline is around 10,000. So this is this much revenue or everything. If we are checking in the month of December, that is exaggerated, and that is particularly for this high season. But one, you are checking in this time period, let's say for example, if you can say maybe in the mid of November, maybe we can say at the first 10 days of November, or right now, like we can see in the month of October, you can see the search volume is already doubled here. So whatever revenue you are checking out here, that you can expect due to the fact that the demand has doubled, the revenue easily get double. So everyone who is into the trendy niches, or who is into the niches which have a good season for one quarter of the year, they do have idea what I'm talking about here. But for any new seller, this is an important and common mistake. This is an important thing which people usually overlook. So at this point, the search volume is double, the revenue is double. So this picture, whatever criteria you have regarding the revenue, regarding the market depth, regarding at least this much sellers, I am fine with. If let's say 5 or 6 sellers have at least ABC, this much X amount of revenue over the year, you need to make sure whatever your criteria is, that should fulfill at the lowest consistent search volume of the year. For example, like we check out in the BSR or the price, the most consistent price, it should be in the lowest consistent demand duration or search volume duration for the product. For example, whatever is your criteria, that should fulfill in this batch. If it is fulfilling in this batch, then this increment in search volume or this increment in search volume, that is a bonus. But if your criteria fulfills at this stage, let's say maybe in the month of December, so what's going to happen is the product will qualify for your criteria for only maybe this one quarter, and for rest of the year, for 3 quarters, it's going to be a dead thing, and you won't like it. And that's similar to wastage of money or wastage of resources. So what you need to make sure is, whatever is your minimum criteria, that should be for the dip of the search volume time duration, like the revenue criteria should fulfill here. Now what we are supposed to do when we check out the revenue of the market or the products at a mid high season or at maybe peak season, you need to multiply the factor here. For example, the search volume here is 19,000, and you see the baseline is around 10,000. So you need to download this X-ray report. You can easily download that. And then after that, you need to put a half factor. For example, you can download all this revenue column. And then from this line here, I'm not going to do it, just to show you. It's pretty simple thing. And you see there was a half slash down demand in the low season as compared to this current period of time. Then divide the revenue by half. If you see there's 33% reduction, then divide the revenue or multiply it by 66, or 1 minus 33 or 0.33. It's going to be revenue multiplied by 66%, or revenue multiplied by 0.66. So whatever a factor reduction you see, you are going to what you need to do is you need to put that 1 minus, let's say, you see there's a 25% decline in the low season and the current season. Then you need to do is 1 minus 0.25, and you need to multiply your revenue into 0.75. And if you see your the decline is of maybe 70%, then what you need to do is 1 minus 0.7, and it will leave you with around 30%. So you can simply multiply your revenue by 30%. So this will give you a picture what the revenue image will be in the low season of the product. You can check out with the Jungle Scout data, with Helium 10 data, that's your choice. But the main point is to make sure you factor in the seasonality element for revenue. People do factor in to check out if a product is seasonal or not, but they do not check it out or apply it at the revenue level. So if you do that, your projection will be much wiser as compared to what it is right now. So that's all about this mistake. Hope to see you guys in the next video. Till then, goodbye.